CRANIDOS and Rampardos really embody a lot of what make fossil Pokemon so cool. We're winning them all, and in battle, CRANIDOS is very interesting. The fact that this thing doesn't have Rock Head, the ability that nullifies recoil damage, is as insane as its attack stat, which is 125, and is obviously ridiculous for the early game. Sure, its defenses are also obviously not great, but its speed isn't bad actually. Sure, it's once again not great, but it is about average for early game Pokemon. Though without said ability, its strongest move, Takedown, isn't as good, but at least Headbutt is still gonna do huge damage from this thing's attack stat. It being an earlier evolution for Fossil will also help it since it won't be too outclassed by the time it evolves. 4 stars in battle prowess. Yet surprisingly, the only regions where you can get the Skull Fossil before the post-game are Sinnoh and Alola, in which you can revive said fossil before the second gym in Sinnoh and on the second island as a version exclusive in Alola. So that will average it out to 4 stars in availability. Though it is pretty much directly based on a Pachycephalosaurus, those cool dinosaurs that ram things and look, well, just like CRANIDOS. But like the fossils before it will get a little boost in score just because the concept of reviving extinct dinosaur Pokemon is really cool as a whole. 3 stars. But I do think that its design is subtly really incredible. On its face, sure, it's just a little dinosaur that rams things with its head, but it has so much personality, with the eyes that, depending on the generation, look angry, dopey, or both. Dopey according to Alola's Pokedex, but still, the teeny little dino arms on the chunky little body, and they even gave it cheek fat to further sell the rambunctious toddler look. I think CRANIDOS is great. 4 stars, which will revive CRANIDOS up to 3.75 stars overall, and hey, just for fun, that would be in the fossil top 5. Rampardos is quite the enigma of a Pokemon, and that is mostly due to its stat spread. It has the highest attack stat out of every single non-legend or mega Pokemon out there, but its speed and defenses are a large glaring weakness. It actually has the same speed as little CRANIDOS, but where CRANIDOS could get away with it in the early game, Rampardos isn't afforded that luxury. So along with the rock type's abundant weaknesses and the Pokemon that it's facing continuing to get stronger and faster, it's gonna struggle. And I know I mentioned this with CRANIDOS, but the fact that it doesn't have the Rock Head ability is hilariously dumb. Though in Rampardos' defense, in Gen 4, it does get some insane TM coverage, a lot of it being special moves that it has no business learning, but also some incredible ones like Earthquake, Sandstorm, Avalanche, and quite a few setup and support moves. And then the Gen 8 remakes did this line a huge favor by letting them learn both Rock Polish and Swords Dance by level up, which helps it absolutely demolish the mid game considering how early it evolves, but it will start to get pretty badly outclassed in the late game. 4 stars. Its availability I think actually deserves a slight boost from CRANIDOS since its evolution level is so early for a fossil, and in Sinnoh you only need to gain 10 levels to get this monster fairly early into the game. 4.5 stars. And its concept also deserves a bit of a boost. It is of course still based on the Pachycephalosaurus, but it also plays a lot heavier into the unstoppable force versus immovable object paradox, which is just a really cool idea for a Pokemon duo. 4 stars. Its design though I actually like a bit less than CRANIDOS, but that's not to say that it's actually worse. They somehow managed to make this revived fossil dinosaur both imposing and really goofy looking. It feels like something Pegasus is gonna pull from Toon World, but in a good way. The color scheme is great, the spikes and red eyes really add to its menace. It actually held the title of my favorite fossil Pokemon for 2 whole generations until Kalos just smashed it out of the park. 4 stars. Landing the Headbutt Pokemon, the final score of 4.125 stars overall, and actually the highest non-mega fossil so far.